Hi guys, I just made a video, so the number before this is build your own ArcoLinux ISO. Normally the ArcoLinux ISOs are released the first of every month, so ahead of schedule I have already an ArcoLinux ISO because I built them myself. Then with Arch install I've got installed grub, as you see, on UEFI, and later on I decided to have X4 and Mate. The rest of the video is two things. People mentioned the ArcoLinux tweak tool does not work, and then later on they mentioned, sorry, but it did work. I want to test that again. And secondly, something about Plank, people saying Plank does not work. So what do we have now? Right now, at this point in time, we have the Mate terminal. Okay, that was a bad idea because it's gray on black and I hardly can read it, right? But that's, I guess, the only terminal that we get when we install Mate. So, Mate terminal. Make this readable, guys. Profile, preferences, colors. Let's do the coloring. Okay, that I can read. Size of the font. Also good, since we're making a tutorial, maybe a little bit bigger, like this. All right, what do we have, right? Sudo pacman -s /yu. Let's get everything in, synchronized. We have only 3 repos, the core repos. Sudo pacman -s neofetch. What do we have more? We're on ArcoLinux VirtualBox, that's our kernel, 1 minute uptime, 500 packages, which is nothing, right? Bash is here, Mate, Metal City Menta, and Mate terminal, monospace. All right, that's the info we got. I'd like to have the ArcoLinux repositories. I mean, there is no Paru, there is no Yay, there is no Trizen, and that's all the fun. It's coming from the AUR. There is by default nothing there. Now there are different ways to do it. I can build it. I can just download it from ArcoLinux repositories and click it and install it. Well, not in this case yet. Clicking sudo pacman -u then. A lot of things I can do. And there's the GitHub from Nemesis I can get my stuff from. And there is also the internet. We don't have the internet yet. -s Firefox is my guy to go to the internet. You choose your own browser. I think like 20 browsers or something like that. So we've got ourselves a browser, internet, Firefox. So getting Arch alive, because this is basic, right? I would say there is this one, ArcoLinux info, and then you go down there and you read that we have this ArcoLinux Spices application. Install our ArcoLinux packages on any ArcoLinux based distro, downloaded here. One approach of doing things. Second approach of doing things is how do we call it? Seed host ArcoLinux. Normally you can find it then. And you have this data center, and these are the third-party repos. So things not from us. These are things from us, not from us, for the ISO, some wallpapers, testing, and the big files. So Paru and Yay and all these guys are probably gonna be here. Control find Paru. So if I want it, I just click it. I can install stuff like this. But wouldn't it be nice, right, to get it with sudo pacman? That's the normal approach, I would say. But it's easy, right? Click, boom, you've got it. You've Paru, Bin, Yay, they're all here. More than, I don't know, 700 packages or something like that. So that's a way of doing things. The other idea is GitHub. ArcoLinux, oh my god, and then Nemesis. That contains an easy way of installing all things. And also for Arch, there is the get the keys in the repos and install the ArcoLinux tweak tool. It's on there as well. So that's another way of doing things. And yes, that's an up-to-date picture these days. I'm gonna go for this way. So lots of videos you can have a look at. Basically, download that thing. It's here. Yeah, there it is. And then open in terminal. Let's do it a little bit like this. Sudo pacman -u are going to install. You have downloaded it. You type u, and then you install this. It's somewhere in here, right? Somewhere in here, but you can just launch it from here. ArcoLinux Spices, and we've kept it very, very simple. Get the ArcoLinux keys and packages. It used to be complex. If you're watching videos about the Spices application, just search on our YouTube channel Spices. You'll see we have made it very complex in the past, and you always return back to keep it simple and stupid. Get ArcoLinux keys, and the rest is up to you, right? Get the keys in. You see, maybe you want to see some things here and then see what's going on. Well, you see what's going on. Done. Update now. Updating is what we do in ArcoLinux, is update, right? Sudo pacman -syu. And look at that. There are 3 lines more. And now the fun can start. Sudo pacman -s. I would like to have yay, and I would like to have paru. And you keep on adding things, and it will be installed. I like to have the surfer icons. Git, I suppose. There you go. Maybe the Arc theme, not sure if it's nice looking. Sudo pacman -s Arc GTK theme. Is that a nice? The bash completion is not there. That's why I need to type everything. Bash completion. This should be there by default, right? Now it will only work when I log out and log in again. So okay, S Arc GTK theme, and there you go. And the wallpaper, we can set the wallpaper. So with these few things, I can go to preferences, look and feel, appearance. I have an Arc Dark to choose from. I can customize this further with window borders, icons. Let's take the surf and Arc and the pointer, Matte white maybe. Voila. Some background things, maybe something else. Not so Matte-like, but just general look. Fonts, yeah. It's not that big. 111 is better for me. Document font, window title font. Select. And this one maybe even 12. And you just keep changing, and we have already something different look. Places, system. And this is your Matte system. You can play around with it more. The thing we kind of like and are also quite proud of, I must say, is the fact that we have these ArcoLinux tweak tool. So sudo pacman -s. So anywhere we go, we can get, now it works. We can install the bash completion works. This one, and indeed, wow, look at those dependencies, right? We need dependencies to run the ArcoLinux tweak tool. And just going over all the lists here. Okay, go for it. Some of them are dependencies of dependencies, you know. We're getting also the keys in from Celtics and ArcoLinux. So the Celtic repo is a repo that has around 100 kernels. That already merits the mention, right? Now the ArcoLinux tweak tool works on all these guys. That's what we've tested it on. Okay, so where is it again? It's either here or you go via in ArcoLinux via keyboard shortcuts, Ctrl-Alt-E. But here we are. We have the ArcoLinux tweak tool, a super user. It says here on Mate. We don't see that on other desktops. It's all desktop specific. You take a look at all these things, all the possibilities. Not a video about the content of the ArcoLinux tweak tool, but it's fun to have them available. If I want to have the Saturday icons, it's just a click away and install the selected icon themes, and we can play around and play around until we get bored, right? That's been tested. Then the Plank problem. So somebody reported, I've got Plank on my system, but, well, first of all, we kind of like Alacrity, sudo pacman -s. We did like Termite, but we made the switch since it's not supported anymore. So Alacrity, this is how it looks. That's one. What else? Plank, right? Sudo pacman -s Plank. And the message there was that if you launch Plank, which is probably here, yeah, Plank, then he said if you launch something and the Firefox is already there, if we launch something like this, for example, it's not coming on here, and it is, right? In my case, it's working just fine. So the only thing I can say to the user is, yeah, what can trigger this thing? What we give as an advice for anything that does not work is started from the terminal and see if there are some messages. It somehow reveals what we should do, right? Launch it from here and see if this thing is wrong somehow. If somehow there's a message that you can Google again, say, okay, what's this thing? Is this the reason for? But like you see, it just works, even though it says critical, but all's fine with it. So not sure what's going on with the client, the users set up in the Plank there, Plank division, but it's working just fine. Now maybe to just complete the Plank thing, I like Plank, and it does contain this, and that's of course not a lot, right? That's not a lot. What if I tell you that since you have now all the repos available, you can get the ArcoLinux Plank stuff in. Plank Git, Plank themes, Plasma, and so on. So probably gonna be a theming thing, and you just type it in. It comes in, and you do right mouse click, preferences again. Okay, right? And this is how Arch becomes more and more attractive, by changing things and choosing things and make it beautiful, conkeys and all that, making it amazing. And that's, my guys, is Linux, right? Anything you see can be changed and touched, and wow, rised, that's the word today, rising of your system. All right, happy with what I've done here, and I hope you have learned something. All right, cheers guys.